The biggest problem with work is how our economy treats the people who do it. Because according to the rules, they have to submit to the commands of individuals who have the money to hire them. But here you might interject and say, but there are some laws and regulations that prevent employers from being abusive. Yes, but then workers are at mercy of those laws and regulations, which are legislated by politicians who tend to have a very good relationship with those who are running businesses. You might also argue that at the end of the day, it's more about education skills. For example, I have a decent job because I study hard in school. Well, things might work for you right now, but there are mechanisms put in place for the purpose of trying to make what you do less valuable and more dispensable. For example, there's a management theory called Taylorism, which teaches the art of breaking up complex procedures into simple tasks so they can be performed by cheap, unskilled labor. And then companies are more than happy to outsource its jobs to places with a lot less labor protection. In this way, you will never be secure in your job because the system is designed to function that way. Well, you might also say, at least I get some cheap goods out of this process. When labor is cheap, things are cheap. Well, on the surface, you might save a little money here and there, but the biggest gain goes to corporations. Moreover, as a society, we pay a lot for this kind of production that regards workers merely as economic entities and tries to minimize their power and importance. Even if you don't care, the flood of mass-produced commodities don't give us great satisfaction because they're usually poorly made, are bad for our bodies and the environment, and will go obsolete quickly. And if you're lucky enough to hold a well-paying job that is still around, ask yourself, if it's really meaningful to society, does it allow you to build upon your strength and preference? Does it fulfill your dreams and aspirations and give you all the freedom and possibility to realize your full potential? So which part of this whole thing makes any sense? People who do work are those who make everything happen, and yet we structure society to ensure that they're dependent, miserable, and precarious. Not only that, they're forced to work so much that they have little time to take part in communal affairs, to develop their individual ways, or to participate in politics as active citizens. Yet the great paradox is that humanity is being threatened precisely because we're overproducing. So the key to a fair, just, and prosperous society lies in the way it treats its workers, which brings up the difficult problem of decision-making. We need to produce things, and we need to get people to work. But who should make all the decisions? Capitalism chooses a simple solution. Whoever has money makes all the decisions. But this is neither fair nor optimal. While it is not easy for workers and society to come together, we should not give up on what is right just because it is messy or complicated. In the same way, just because democracy is neither fast or unanimous, we don't just go for a dictator, even though it might feel tempting at times. Learning how to make economic decisions in an egalitarian and inclusive manner that takes different interests and social well-being into account is what is most missing in our education. The future needs to start with new schemes of decision-making. It needs to start when you and I are determined to find a solution and start to talk about it all the time. Because if we do not come up with a plan, the opponents will tell you that things cannot possibly be any better or different. But that was always being said until people refused to believe it. So let's do it again and build a society that truly honors those who work.